Ukhona khaya lamaqhawe anqobileyo uhlala abangcwele odwa lapho izono nobuhlungu nokuhlupheka akungeni khona.
We're in Rocklands.
We're in Rocklands.
Because of the amount of rock, if you look far enough, you can find something that suits everyone. Easy climbs that are really good, hard climbs which are just futuristic and totally wild, and then the stuff in the middle that will suit what you're climbing at the time.
Kuhlala abangcwele bodwa lapho izono nobuhlungu nokuhlupheka akungeni khona.
Being able to go and do the hatchling, that was really cool. It had been on my list for ages and ages since I'd seen a picture of that like egg-shaped rock formation. On our first afternoon after we'd driven up from Cape Town, I had a quick go and made a little bit of progress. We had a day on Kleinfontein, and in the evening I had another go, and I think I had 3 or 4 attempts, a slight beta tweak, and managed to do it quickly. So yeah, that was really cool.
Most satisfying climb, got to be I suppose the hardest to this point, Poison Dwarf. Yeah, couldn't touch it last time I was here. Yes, it was nice to be able to link it in 2 pretty short sessions. I think last time it was really clear that there's no hiding here. if you're not strong enough to catch the hold, or if you're not strong enough to pull through the move, like that's kind of the end of it. There's no tricks.
Arch Valley was really cool because you came out and you put your heel up, and then that allowed you to make a few moves and then roll over. I really liked it a lot because I worked out my own beta for the top, and that just gave me the confidence to reach up. I really like that one.
suppose the two big climbing highlights for me this trip are Minki, which was a problem that I really wanted to climb when I came out here. It's quite 3D, it's roof climbing, there's knee bars, and it's quite technical as well at the same time. And I had a really good session on it and linked all the moves. And then I went back the second session and got it first go. It was a really big moment for me this trip and kind of made me realise that I could probably climb a little bit harder than I thought when I arrived.
So we did one today that was super high. It's what we believe to be Tiger Claw. But when I got to the top the first time, I thought there is no way I'm repeating that for film. And I think actually the bravest thing was not doing it the first time, but actually making myself get back on.
So another one that was really high on the list was Caroline. Again, that's another iconic Rocklands test piece. It runs by these two sort of crack systems on quite a steep wall, and I sort of had a few goes where the first couple of moves felt pretty desperate, but slowly I managed to dial in the top. Once I'd sussed out my body position for the bottom couple of moves, I started having goes in earnest. And I don't think it took me that many once I'd figured out exactly what I was doing. It was just a matter of being able to do the moves one after the other.
Loved Todd's slopey problem or sloper problem. That was my favourite. It was so nice to stretch out to these massive moves. Got a bit sick of always crimping something, so it was nice to have the variety on that one.
It was pretty easy this year. I think last time it was just in a baking sun. It was the same day I popped my hamstring last year, so yeah, by that point in the session I was feeling fairly demoralised. South Africa for a grip problem, eh? I was definitely lacking in strength and power a lot last time I was here, and this year I was not going to let that happen in the same way. Nice to see improvement over the years, I suppose.
Girl on Our Mind. That was such a fun climb. That was really juggy, kind of coming out of a roof, and it had lots of lovely heels, which is what drew me in the first place. Love a heel. I just had to do it smoothly enough that I had enough energy at the end to do the top bit. Yeah, that was a really satisfying climb and a very beautiful place.
The other big moment for me would be Secret to Olive's Preserve cupboard, which is a steep, maybe 50-degree problem, which revolves around a really big first move to quite a fat pinch, and then you've got a very long move to quite a good pocket. And it was so fulfilling when I did manage it. The movement's really unique, but the problem was I was just so tired from the end of the trip that mentally I just couldn't remember what I was meant to do when I actually eventually hit the pocket. So I had to get Joe, who was also on the trip, to direct me through move for move, then what happened. But I was really happy with that, because I actually didn't climb it that well on the ascent, but I just fought through, and it was a really big moment for me as well.
soul elsewhere. I'm picking up on love, things you're staying inside, laying there. And every time I die, process a bomb dropping overhead. You control your breathing, but you can't control your feeling for me.
The last one was a problem called Lisa's Arete, which hadn't initially been on my list. It was a problem that I tried at the end of a day. We had spent an 8-day rain just because it looked good. It's really uncharacteristic of what you'd expect in Rocklands. It's much more like something you'd get on the grit at home, but that suited me really nicely. On the last day, we ended up going back to 8-day rain, and as soon as I'd figured the method out, I had a go from the bottom where I got stood up onto the slab around the corner and totally lost what I wanted to do. I had one go where I dropped the top. Then the next time I pulled on, I managed to get right the way through and stand on top. So that was well cool.
And I could make that better, but you won't let me. Don't dare. So on balance, I'd say this type of ultra coolness is the worst kind of shade. I'm picking up on nervous ticks, you're staying inside, laying there. So all this long wave silence, can we please put it to bed? You control your heart rate, but you can't shut down. Can't shut down. Can't shut down. Can't shut down. You control your breathing, control your feeling for me. Control your feeling for me.
Shark attack. That was a cool problem. It required a heel at the beginning, but you roll straight over and then you have to unwind. Nice sequence of moves. Cool that it goes sideways, cool that it twists around. And again, simple enough that I remember my bead there. Wow, that wasn't really how I was planning to do it.
So I suppose the big thing is Rocklands showed me that I can climb harder than I let myself, and it really brought home the fact that psychologically I hold myself back quite a bit when it comes to climbing. I bet 90% of it is just believing you can do something, and then your body suddenly follows what your mind realises.
I'm going to hate every minute